Hi Ben, how are you?
Hi, I feel great, thank you.
And how did you learn about Ibogaine?
I learned about Ibogaine when I was studying different treatments for substance dependence, specifically opiate dependence. I found myself in a bit of trouble, actually in a whole lot of trouble. I was one of those guys that had started out, with some pain pills and had said it's not going to happen to me, but it did. And next thing I knew, I was in a lot of trouble. I lost my job, I lost my girl, and I lost just about everything else. So all I was looking for at that point was a solution that works. And that's how I found about Ibogaine.
And why were you researching Ibogaine and what made you decide to try it?
Why was I again?
Why did you decide to try
The
it?
first part?
Why were you researching Ibogaine and what made you decide to try it?
Okay, right. I was researching Ibogaine because from what I was finding out, there were no treatments that had a success rate of higher than 5 or 10% in the whole world, and all these different types of treatments. Some of them used medications, some of them used therapies, some of them used religion, medications. Ibogaine, however, for people that were ready to be successful with their treatment, was having success rates of 80 and 90%. And so just hearing that, I was fascinated, and so that's why I really dug in and studied and tried to find the best treatment center where I could use Ibogaine to get rid of my problems.
Right. And now that you've been treated with Ibogaine, how would you describe your experience?
Well, Ibogaine, first of all, is not to be taken lightly. What I mean by that is, I consider this treatment, using Ibogaine, to be the most powerful substance that I've ever encountered, and it is serious business. It takes over your motor skills and it resets your mind, it resets your body, it resets your systems, and after the treatment you feel like you've been reborn. Your body feels so good and so fresh that you feel like you're 7 years old again, and you can see and hear and smell and taste things like you haven't been able to do for years. For me, for 12 years, I haven't felt this good. So, I suppose my experience in that way was fantastic. On top of that, Ibogaine also helps you to understand yourself, and you have visions and understandings of some things maybe that have been troubling you, or things that maybe you haven't worked out, or things that maybe you just miss from your childhood that used to give you joy. For me, that was stacked on top of the positive feelings I have, was positive mindset and plans for what to do now that I feel good.
Right, and would you care to comment on your experience at Genesis?
I would. So, my experience at Genesis was as good as you can ask for. First of all, the staff are caring and professional. Everything was top-notch treatment, professional healthcare, and equipment. The house where you stay is beautiful, right on the ocean, and the most soothing sounds all night long of waves crashing and beautiful blue skies. The people have a lot of fun there. It's not a drag. It's not a bummer. It's very positive, and I can only say that I don't know if there's any place else that's anywhere near as good as Genesis, but it doesn't matter because there is Genesis, and that's where you should go if you want to try ibogaine. Trust me, it's the place to be.
Thank you, Ben.